I want to talk today about leaving a legacy. I was here. What are you here doing? What legacy are you leaving of hope? I have noticed things that God won't ask us. He won't ask us what kind of car we drove. He'll ask how many people we drove in our car who didn't have transportation. He's not going to ask us the size of our house. He'll ask us how many people we allowed to come into that house and feel it like a home. God won't ask about the clothes we had in our closet. He's going to ask us how many people did we clothe. He's not going to ask what our salary was. He's going to ask us what we did to compromise. Did we compromise our character to get our salary? And what did we do with the salary to help others? He's not going to ask us what job title we have. He'll ask if we performed the job we had with excellence and integrity. God's not even going to ask us how many friends we had. He'll ask if we were a friend to others, if we used our ability to help someone up. He's not going to ask us what neighborhood we lived in. He's going to ask us if we were good neighbors wherever we lived. I have only just a minute, only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon me, can't refuse it. Didn't seek it, didn't choose it. But it's up to me to use it. I must suffer if I lose it, give account if I abuse it. Just a tiny little minute, but eternity is in it. We have Dr. Benjamin Mays to thank for that wonderful understanding that every single moment we have counts. Yes, beloved, a hero lies in you. What does that tell us? That each and every day you have an opportunity to be heroic, first of all, for yourself, and then for those around you. Small deeds. If you're driving in your car, if you drive a lot to work, put a bag of apples in your car, put a bag of cookies in your car, put a bag of oranges in your car. And you may not understand why that guy is standing on the corner. You may not agree with him. You may think he's lazy. You might, but you don't know his backstory. But if you open your window and share a piece of fruit with him, fruit that has life, fruit that has energy, the thought that it was in your car to share, you have changed the life for that day. You have done something for that day. There's a university in the United States in Philadelphia called Temple University. And Temple University was started with 57 cents. 57 cents. A young girl who was very poor in the 40s and 50s went to a church and there was no room. They said there was no room for her to sit in Sunday school. And of course there was a response, unfortunately. Some of us will say we know God, need to know him better. So we have a lot of work to do in that regard. So they did not let her in. And of course she did not even think that there was room. And no one wanted her because she had tattered clothes. So in any event, the pastor found out that she had not been welcomed to Sunday school, and he looked for this little girl. It took him a couple weeks, and when he found her, she had died from exposure. And when they lifted up her little body, because he had come the day that she had passed away, they found a little tiny purse. And in that purse it had 57 cents and a little note that said, I hope that this 57 cents can be used to help build a bigger place so all children can come to Sunday school. That's a wow. That 57 cents, that story went all over the world, and that 57 cents built hospitals. And if you are ever in the United States, or if you're already in the United States and you go to Philadelphia, you will see a massive, massive, massive edifice called Temple University. Hospital, educational institutions, one of the finest schools in the United States, in the world actually, that came from a little girl's 57 cents. So never, ever, ever think that whatever you put in is too small. The oak tree comes from an acorn, which you can hold in your hand. The mustard seed is the smallest seed. It makes the biggest tree. And remember, seeds never look like the fruit.